Great peace, great peace, great peace. Yakoki. It's about 3 a.m. in the morning, and let me see. And people are asleep. People are asleep. So I want to basically try to run his train into a new terminal and talk about um, what we're seeing in Donald Trump's cabinet. Now that everybody has gotten selected, everybody has gotten picked, and everybody is trying to far away with the idea that, well, he's going to allow America to run into the ground. You know, the Security Council is basically foregoing leadership, and they're not listening to the Elon Musk of the world, who's a special advisor. We really don't know what he's there for. Lloyd Austin is kind of like, I'm dealing with this again. I'm just ready to retire, heal my prostate and do what I need to do for all Mitches of the world. So this is what I want people to realize, and this is going to be kind of like one of those videos where I'm going to meet people traveling up the road, and I want to meet people where they are, because a lot of people don't follow politics and they just really don't care. So let me try to get this video done, and let me see where I will be able to meet you all at. So as we know, House resolutions are being introduced by black congressmen and black congresswomen who don't see the importance of letting people know what they know. So this is what I want people to know. Rahm Emanuel, he's going to be running for president in 2028, or was it 2029? One of those years, he's going to be running, right? And the thing that I'm noticing is this, he's a part of a rogue state. He's with Chicago, and he's also with, Benjamin Netanyahu and them guys, the failed military operation, They couldn't suppress Hamas, so that's where we at, with that. It's a failed state. When you look at Israel and Palestine, it's a failed state. This is what I'm looking at, though. All of these churches that you see on these corners, that's in these black communities, so-called black communities, they're not even black anymore. Because, like, when you look at everybody who lives in America and, like, everybody who's, like, situated throughout America, right? These black communities, like, it's people moving into them. They're not black communities anymore. There's no black communities. If you're allowing someone to come into your church, coming to your mosque, coming to because everyone's welcome, it's just a matter of acceptance, no one is rejected at the door. It's none of that. But what you see is that anyone can come and go. So it's not a black community anymore. It's not a black community. But it's something that these pastors haven't been telling you, and it's something that the Pope haven't been telling you. These churches that's, under the branch of Puritan. They're under the branch of Ebenezer, Baptist, and they're under all these branches, right? It's something they haven't been telling you. Tabernacle. They've been waiting to usher in the New World Order, you know? It hasn't been the GOP. It hasn't been the DNC that's been saying, you know, blacks, they just aren't coming out and supporting. It's not that. They've been waiting for this moment. This is why you have a community that looks at, you know, the fact that, yeah, we're the black community and we don't know what's going on. You have that sentiment, you know, where people in the community, they say it's the black community, but in fact, they don't know what's going on. They don't know when the next church meeting is going to be, down to the next inaugural ball for the White House, or the next jubilee or a feast passing for the archdiocese. They don't know anything about these things. They just don't know. So what we have here is that you take someone like Netanyahu, right? He knows something that he's not telling the rest of the world, you know. For him to have been this diligent and have been this Dewey, in a sense that he has to do, right? He has to protect the state of Israel. He has to uphold the state of Israel. He has to make sure that, you know, Palestine is suppressed in all of its operations. He has to make sure that Islam does not take over in any sense of the archaic religious uprisings that they've having. You know, he has to make sure that, you know, Israel is put into a position where, you know, it's the final call for Western civilization to finally hammer through on what it was set to become, a Jewish state. America is set to become a Jewish state. This is why you have all the Western churches, you know, they're preaching about the revelation. They're preaching about the gospel. They're preaching about forgiving the sins of man, forgiving the sins of women. They want to basically bring the offering of the original laws back. And this is what you're going to see. In the future of America, you're going to see these Israelites, these Hebrew Israelites, they're now going to be the commanders of the community. They're now going to be the unfaulty of the community. They're going to be the fathers of the community. They're going to wed women and they're going to have children by a lot of women. These are going to be these men, and they're getting prepared to take over in a sense that they're going to start replacing these Christian pastors. It's no longer going to be a religious setting where you have Islam down the street and Christianity down the street. It's no longer going to be a two-sector religious operation where, you know, you have religions deployed. That's going to be quickly suppressed. All the people who you see that's, you know, gloating right now and who's trying to prepare for this new world order and usher in a new form of ideology, it's going to be the secularism of Judaism, and they're preparing for it now. Again, you're going to see African countries be quickly suppressed, and you're going to see all the Islamic nations be quickly suppressed. The religion of Islam is going to be quickly put down to a point where you're only going to notice it in small pockets of the world. It's no longer going to be the global religion. It's no longer going to be the most well-off religion. It's just not going to be that. They want to usher in dominance of Eastern Eastern orthodoxy religion into the West. They want to usher it in. So this is why they're preparing Rahm Emanuel to take over as the 48th president, when we've just seen him basically destroy what Chicago originally was. He didn't bring back any of the principles of what Chicago really was. Now, what I will say is this. He did give back the sovereignty to Chicago when he signed the proclamation dealing with Moorish American Week. I would give him that. He did do that. But again, when we look at the fact that a lot more could have been done, it just wasn't done. We've kind of saw Lori Lightfoot come in there. We've seen Brandon Johnson come in there. And, what has been done since he's left, it's been a slap in the face. You know what I mean? It hasn't really done enough. It hasn't done enough. So I want to prepare people for the instance that, they aren't prepared for. I want people to see that there's going to be a larger military presence coming into 2030. You have to look at the UN resolutions dealing with security councils. You have to look at them. They're not going to come out on the streets and just start knocking people upside the head. That's not going to happen. While they've been executing the teenagers who are on the street, who are causing a ruckus, they're going to do it through the school system. It's going to be a school to prison pipeline. And what you're going to see is that a lot of the men who go into prison as teenagers, who go in there for murders and robberies and violent offenses, even soft offenses, you're going to see them come out and they're going to be religiously indoctrinated. They're going to come out pushing the whole blue methodology of being a Jew, or, being someone who upholds the religious secularism of Moses and his 10 commandments. You're going to see that. You're going to see a lot of men, naming their church in Leviticus. You're going to see that. You're going to see that. That's where we're going. That's where we're going. So I want people to be prepared for this. I don't want people to feel like, they're not prepared, and, it's going to be a knock overnight, because you're seeing it right now happen in the community where people are being sidetracked from the instance of, well, let's get together in the community and let's hold our traditional meet and gatherers. They're not doing that, It's a lot of men who are being distracted from the duties of being a father and also a service member, and being a serviceman, for those who are into the fellowship. So we got to really realize what's going on, and we have to be prepared for it. And, I don't want people to be caught off, guard that, they're just not prepared for what's about to happen. Once they get Benjamin Netanyahu kind of grappled with the charges, that's going to come down on world leaders, for the offenses committed against human genocide. Then they're going to start to target the White House. They're going to replace the White House, they're going to replace it with the hidden mosque, because you always got to have a hidden mosque, and they're going to replace it with the hidden tabernacle. So you're not going to have the White House being governed by its normal operations. It's going to become a theocracy at this point. So just be prepared for all of this. A lot of people just aren't prepared. And, I'm seeing this because We're caught up into the sports. Um, we're caught up into the partying. We're caught up into um, who's going to be the next tabloid inside the papers for a scandal. We're caught up into all of that. And, like, just be aware of the fact that, things are happening around you. And if you're not privy to them, you're going to see things kind of like expire between a force of you knowing things and you not knowing things. And you don't want to be caught up in that moment. So please hear what I've said. Please hear what I've tried to make you understand and like really go through this, because it's very easy to decipher between the points of what's happening. You're seeing Congress leaders be prepared to take the reins of being the new chapel of something, or being the new chaplain of a bill that's already been made progress in the Senate and the House. You can have a person who's in a house and they can be pushed forth to do something, and what you'll notice is that the bill that they've sponsored or the bill that they've got done with, it doesn't address the issues of their constituency. Like, why is it that you have Rashida Tlaib over an all-black district and she's talking about free Palestine? She's writing up bills to basically address the concerns that's happening in an Israel state. This is because America is becoming the new Israel. That's what you have to understand. So be prepared for all of this, and get ready for the SHTFs. Get ready for that, because if you don't have the necessary equipment to be prepared for, like having to go without eating, or having to go without a source of water supplies, or having to go without housing in some instances, you got to be ready to survive on your own. So this is what I want to prepare people for. Great peace, Yakoki.